Okay, so the first website I'm going to talk about is Kahoot. It allows you to create different documents. You can have a survey, a quiz, or discussion. For all three, you can download the results at the end to your computer, as well as sharing the program with another teacher so they can use it for their students as well. You can search in the box already created ones based on your topic and use theirs. And then there are two Kahoots, so make sure when you create it, there's one for the students and there's one for the teachers. The student one will automatically come up as a game pin. The teachers you'll have to sign into. And it is a free sign up. Once you're into Kahoot, it'll ask you right on that main page to create one. And you just hit which one you want to hit, whether it's the document or whether it's the quiz, the discussion, or the survey. Once you hit it, for like let's say you hit the quiz, you type in you'll type the title in, and then you'll type in your first question, and at the very bottom there's a black bar that'll tell you to add another question. But before you add the question, scroll down to the very bottom, and you'll have to add in the answers and say which one is correct. At the very end, on the same black bar where you add a question, you will save and continue on to save it to your program. And it'll be the same thing with both the discussion and the survey. To create the account, all you need is your username, your email, and a password.
I think that would have helped a lot in my placement, because my teacher introduced a new unit the other day on apples, and she got the kids interested by reading them a book about apples. But I think it would have helped a lot and got them interested if she would have used the Kahoot and made a survey about what color apples do you like better, have you ever been apple picking, just kind of giving the kids hook questions. And I think they would have really liked the technology aspect of it. So I think that's definitely something that a lot of teachers could use.
I think Kahoot could be a good formative assessment type. You could use it to check at what point the students are at before doing a formal assessment. And since you can see all of the results, you can look at the results and just get an idea of where every student is, and if you need to teach the lesson more, or if you can just go straight to the assessment point. Okay, so the next tool we'll be talking about is BookWizard. BookWizard is a website that allows you to look at the different types of books, basically. There's different features. You can add books, view a book list, you can create a spreadsheet of books, and you can look at the different reading levels of which book of the books. There's also an app that lets you do most of these features. It's completely free, and it gives you accurate book level info, a variety of information about books, and it also lets you create lists and multiple different lists of books and export it into Excel spreadsheet. The one thing that I found about this website that I did not like is that there are a few gaps in the information on some of the books, and not all books were on the database. This website can be used for many different age groups. So they have books from pre-K and under to high school level, and it gives you different types of ratings on the books. And actually, I can show you the website. No. It lets you look at the grade equivalent of the book and the guided reading level and the DRA level and the Lexile measure. You can search for different books as, for example, Dr. Seuss, and find all the different books written by Dr. Seuss that this page has. You can also look for books similar to books that you read by this author or about this book. For example, and I think I saw it on Mulberry Street. If you looked at Books Alike, it will give you The Cat in the Hat, Fancy Nancy, and Mr. Putter. And those are the features of Book Wizard.
I definitely like the Book Wizard from what you're explaining, just because you can narrow your search down for something specific. And then it also allows you to buy the book right there, which is really nice, so you don't have to go off and search for it at a bookstore or online. So it's all right then and there, and you can get it done nice and quick.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's a really nice feature. I wish we would have had this at my placement last year. I was at Asbury Developmental Learning Center, and my mentor teacher, I was in a kindergarten classroom, and my mentor teacher was like, okay, like, go find a book on birds that we can read the class. So I had to go in like the back room, and they gave me like this huge binder full of like all these book lists, and I like had to flip through them to find like all the bird books. And then like I had to like find them in this book, and it was like so ridiculous. If they would have just had the Book Wizard, you could have just typed it in, and like I would have had to spend 2 minutes looking for a book instead of 10. And it would have really helped. So I feel like this will definitely help teachers and like schools in general. Okay, so my website, it was called paper.li, and it's really cool, and it kind of lets you create your own personal newspaper online. It goes to articles as well as like social media, so it has access to 25 million different articles and 250 million different types of like social media posts and things. And it's really cool because it gives you live news on the spot. And then it also has news and videos and pictures and environmental things and technology. And it's absolutely free. You can, of course, get like an upload, like promo thing, so you get a little bit more features, but all the free features are really, really cool as well. So I'm going to show you this website. And okay, so this is where you're going to first see when you go in, and you're going to want to start now for free. But we already have one, so you just go to the menu over here, and then when you start now for free, this is going to be what you see when you start now. It's going to say this. So then we can just pick any topic we want. Like, let's say newspaper about, let's say, animals. So we type that in, and they say, get content now. And then it takes a little while to load because there's so much stuff. So we're going to wait for that. Hopefully it'll come up soon. It sometimes does take a little while to load, but I'll show you one of the ones that I already previously made. So when you go to your newsstand, it shows you all the ones that you already have. So one of them was Pandas Daily. So you can go to that, and then you get, now here are all the headlines. So those are like the big articles, the big things going on in the world today. And then if you go back up, you go to photos, and then it's photos of pandas, and then videos, and then the science behind it all. So like, okay, so now there's an article about they're expecting twins at the Toronto Zoo. So that could be really interesting if like your class is learning about pandas. And they have the environmental aspect of it all. So it's really cool. They have all this stuff that you can look at. And then say that you wanted to create one that was a little more tailored to your class. When you hit create paper, instead of doing any topic you want, you could select them manually. So say that your class was learning about, if they wanted to learn about the hurricane, then it's loading all these sources, and then we have social media aspects, and then we have like the National Weather Channel and all this stuff here. So then we could just add this one. Hopefully it's like not letting you add it. So then you would just click on one of these things and it would add it, and then you would just have to go and create my own paper. But we don't need to do that now because that's just going to take up time. So go back to where we were, and then say that you wanted to not necessarily make your own, but you wanted to find other ones. You could find papers here, so you could search it here. Like if we wanted to find a math paper, we could search it, and then there's all these different papers that are all about math and like doing math and parental math and all this stuff. So like this one just has all of these math articles on it. And the really cool thing about this website is that they refresh every night. So like if you go to this website tomorrow, this math page, it's going to have all different articles. So it's like a regular newspaper like that. And then that is really all the cool settings that this has. I would definitely recommend it. And it is all free. So that's really, really nice.
I definitely find it very cool how it refreshes every night. It's definitely nice for when you're sitting down one day and you're pulling up a bunch of articles about a topic, and then the next day you can go back and you're not sitting there staring at the same topics. It'll give you new ones, so it'll give you a new aspect or look on something. So that's definitely really cool.
This would be a really good thing to use in classrooms. You could use it as a way to inform your students. Like if they were to ask a question about something, rather than saying you'll look it up later, this could be a good way to let them learn, to pull it up and let the students see all the different things, and you guys could research it together.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I think it's also a really cool thing that you could like even think about having your students like create their own articles and like their own newspapers, and then you can share them with like other people, like they can follow them and see them. So if like one group of students made a website about math and the other group made it about science and then they shared it with each other, it would like be a really cool interactive lesson that everyone could have.
Definitely, and I feel like they would remember it better since they're doing the research instead of us telling them. Okay, so the next website is called eMaze. It is a presentation website, kind of like PowerPoint, but it is more in depth. It has better pictures, quality, and animations. And what's cool about it is it does allow you to, if you already have a PowerPoint created, to upload the pre-created PowerPoint to the site, and it'll reanimate it to the eMaze format. And then with this, you can automatically share to other people as well. And you can get videos from other people that have already been made, or PowerPoints or whatever. And it is split when you go to search for one into categories: arts, business, education, entertainment, health, lifestyle, politics, sports, and technology. So it is a wide range of presentations. And it is a free sign-up as well. To use the website, there are more options for you. If you upgrade to the Pro, it is $9 a month, and then you get more with it all the way. Then you have Business, which is $14 a month, and then Business Team, which is even higher than that. So as you go up, you get more with it, more security, more features. And then to use the website, you'll just write on the home page, it'll say create a new document, and it'll pull up the templates, and you'll pick which template you want to use. And it has different ones, whether you're in the school or making a presentation for your business class. It has all different ones, but it does come up with the pre-put in words and stuff, so you do have to go through and delete all of that before you put in your work. which is a downside. In the top left corner, there's a little button called Themes, and it does let you change the font of the presentations. And then to view your final product, it'll be in the top right corner, and it'll say View. And then all you have to do is just save it, and you're good to go. And to create the account, you just need your email and password.
Yeah, I think my favorite aspect about that whole website is the fact that you can take old PowerPoints and emaze them, because I feel like a lot of teachers, like a lot of older teachers, are a little apprehensive to use technology because they didn't necessarily grow up with it, and I think this is like a nice way for them to like put their toes in like the technology world, because they don't have to completely redo all of the PowerPoints and like lessons that they have. They can just take what they have and put it in this website, and like it comes up with something like 100 times better than just words on a piece of paper. So I think it would be like an easy way to show them that like it's easy to use, and they would really appreciate it, I think.
I think this could be used in classrooms as a way of introducing new concepts. You could use it to also at the beginning of the day as a way to show what you're going to be doing that day, and maybe as an overview of what you did the day before. I think teachers would really like it as it'd be a more enjoyable way for students to know what they're about to do. And the next tool that we will be talking about is RubyStar. RubyStar is a rubric generator, and it allows you to use pre-existing rubrics or create your own. And you become a registered user, and you can save and edit your rubrics for up to a year. And you can access your rubrics from home or your home computer or your school computer, or really any computer that has internet. If you're a registered user, you can analyze the performance of a whole class by entering the data information into RubyStar to determine which items are concerned. And you can also use it to create many different types of rubrics for any different type of content area. And it's completely free to use. You can access RubyStar by creating an account. And then once you have your account, you can look at all the different types of content area. They have oral presentation projects, math, art, music. And once you get there, you can look at, it's a math problem. And for that, then you can go to the categories, and you have all these different things you can choose from if you're making your own. Or you can just type into it yourself and make a name for it yourself. Just like correct. And that would be how you would grade the students. Or if you put in one of the pre-made ones, and it already gives you different examples of what you could put into it. And it has many different things, so you're not limited. And then you submit it, and you'd be done. Or you can find a rubric, and you just search for different things. You could search by title, name, or if you even know the author of it, you can search by them. And then by publishing your rubric, this is a way that you can share it with other teachers.
I definitely like how it automatically fills in, if you pick a category, what the best is and what the least best is. It definitely helps the teachers in saving time, because they do have so much to do, and they more have to worry about the students than anything else. So that's definitely keeping teachers in mind. I think that's awesome.
I also think it's really nice that you can like share them with other teachers because I feel like in a lot of schools they like to have like the same standards for all the classes. So it's nice if like there were four second grade teachers, they all wanted at least like close to the same rubrics. They could, one teacher could like make it and then she could send it to all the other ones and then they could like change the little things that they want specifically to their class. So I think that would be like super helpful. And I like that they gave you the option to either like just use the regular one or like to make your own because I feel like a lot sometimes it's important to make rubrics like catered to your students' needs. Or if like you're a teacher that really likes creativity and you think that's more important than like grammatical stuff, you could like put more points in that and like it would really show the kids what they need to be looking for. So overall, I think all five of these websites would really benefit any classroom, and all teachers should take advantage of them.
Definitely. And there are so many out there, so you definitely want to look at which ones you like best. And I think so far, from being in school as a student and seeing, PowerPoint versus the e-maze, that the e-maze is more high-tech, and I think it'll keep the students more on focus, being that it's cooler to look at. So, yeah, definitely. Okay.